this is very loud. This is Scuff. Good morning. Ucroo. Hello. Good day, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. I am big today. I am big. Ucroo. Ucroo. Cozy fireplace. I hope it's not too loud. If it's a little distracting, to let me know. How are you guys doing? How was the weekend? How's the weekend? Yeah, chat on screen is scuffed because the lead up to it is I need a white text, and I realized I cropped it off, so it is what it is. Hello everybody. Minokalu live has meaning again. This is the, you say this all the time. You have meaning. You have meaning in life. Dulahan ucroo, Sarge ucroo, good morning. Virgil, hello ucroo, Colin ucroo, Kando ucroo, Provine Pink Sting ucroo. It's a Christmas miracle. Fuck. Amajahi Namin bin Ahmad Azizi ucroo. Ah, Minokalu ucroo. Sri-chan, hello ucroo, how's it going? It was pretty good. I actually went out with some friends, with some really cute girlies. So life is pretty good. Yeah. That was the reason why I tweeted potato fell into booba. That was why. Oh, let me tweet that I'm live. Hold on. I am alive. I is live. Tweet, 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 tweet. I mean, kuru, 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 kuru. Reading now. Live. Abive. A jive. Reading now, we jive. Okay. Post, tweet. Okay. Been out all day, so might fall asleep halfway. That is the goal. Very good. I like it that you and Dulahan have tired yourselves out, so it'll be easier for you guys to fall asleep. And I'll pull a party hat trick by screaming into the microphone, and your sleep is ruined. That's the plan. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everyone. Happy Holidays. Ucroo, with you. Been Metal Gear Solid? Congratulations. It's midday, so staying awake. Nightmare, hello. Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas Eve. Yeah, for some of our time zones, it's Christmas Eve. Time to get pizza. Arland, hello, Ucroo. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy holidays. Today, it's something to... It's a little bit more chill. Something to just perhaps tuck into. So if you're reading... I hope you're not driving. If you're... Well, I don't know if this will actually make anyone sleepy, but we'll see. So we have some Christmas stories. Some are pretty short, some are actually picture books that I'll be reading from, and some are actually pretty long stories. The Christmas Carol is actually very long. I think it's at least 30 minutes to 40 minutes long in one sitting. So I'm not too sure if you're up for the task, but we have Dr. Seuss, and we have some short stories, and we have one story which has quite a few chapters, but some are long and some are pretty short. Christmas Eve, yeah, it's the eve of Christmas, so it's probably because some parts of the barrios where I'm at right now, it's about half a day ahead of you. In the future. Well, in your future. I'm afraid I've opened my fourth breath. Long stream? I don't know. I don't know if I want to do the super long stream. Where is your packaging? If I ask you for Christmas, they should be sending you by now. What? Delta? No correction. They should be sending you, an android, a doll, toy, package to me. Delta, hello. Ucroo. Well, I've prepared my sippy, and maybe after we're done with some stories, we have one that we will do our best to put people to sleep, and it's titled "Go the Fuck to Sleep." Ucroo. And then Sajawa, one of our regulars here, did ask to tell ChatGPT a Delibird Christmas story in Shakespeare style. In story, Pokemon gets eaten as a Christmas dish as a prompt. So we have ChatGPT story as well. Go the Fuck to Sleep is your favorite book. Let's fucking go. Have you read The Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens? I have it on hand, but it is very, very long. I didn't expect it to be so long, but if you guys want it, we shall read it. Which one would you guys want it first? I have actually opened up one right now, and it's actually The Night Before Christmas and The Night After Christmas. How would you guys like the ChatGPT Pokemon Delibird Christmas story first? It is more like a play script, which is hilarious. Go the Fuck to Sleep is the last. Yes, definitely. Oh, I could reading anime Stevens instead of Sevens. Burning bush. Hello, Ucroo. I see Lam. Hello, Ucroo. Hello, welcome. Happy holidays. I mean, you could call me Audica Stevens. I guess that's my male alternative. My male counter. My. If I were to grow real balls, I'll still. My name will be Audica Stevens. And then my voice will change. Baby. Just baby. Okay, maybe we can start off with The Night Before Christmas. It's kind of like prose rather than storytelling, but I guess with no further ado, just sit back, relax, you can wind down, stay comfy, get yourself a nice drink, and let's just tuck ourselves in. Adam Stephen. Audi like a car. Yeah, branding for that would be cool. Wouldn't it be cute if I were to have a race queen outfit? And then I'll be like Audi posing with an Audi. Right. Cardica. Cardi B and Cardica. Oh, damn. Yeah, race queen outfit will be hot. Yeah, I think it'll be so cool. Outfit is the car. Excuse you. Can you imagine a car with like my twin tails and then the two feathers sticking out as the antenna? And then when you honk, when you press the steering wheel horn, it'll be ucroo, ucroo. Crow, 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 crow. Mayuri, hello, crew. Mitsubishi Lancer 6, my fave. The fireplace crisping is a huge vibe boost. Yes, it is. I'm so glad. I got it like 5 minutes before the stream started. I was like, wait. We need atmosphere. We need atmosphere. I do realize that my levels are a little bit on the softer side, I think. So, if I'll do my best to not yell. I'll do my best to not blast your eardrums today. that is the goal for today. Professional ASMR? No, I think I'll just ruin it by just one thing. Just one thing. Anything can ruin the ASMR experience. Do you guys know? I didn't realize until after the stream, right? The stream on Friday where we had the Christmas karaoke. And then Clara raided our stream. What happened was that she was doing ASMR and her volume in general is actually pretty soft. She did give a warning. She did give like the chat and viewers like ample time to exit if needed, but she raided into me, and for some of them they were unaware. It went kaboom, pigeon in your face, crew. Yeah, that's what happened. I was like, oopsie, hello, oh well. Right, let's just begin with the night before Christmas. Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a single creature stirring, not even a mouse. Stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hope that Saint Nicholas would soon be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of a new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a old little driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now, Dasher, now, Dancer, now, Prancer, now, Vixen. On, Comet, on, Cupid, on, Dunder and Blixen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now, dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and Saint Nicholas too. And then in the twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each tiny hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney Saint Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler, just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up in a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. And I think, oh, they mentioned about the reindeer and the sleigh. The reindeer and the sleigh. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." And so that was the night before Christmas. It's kind of interesting because I've gathered some of these sources from this website called Gutenberg.org. So this was like a compilation of these stories: night before Christmas, the night after Christmas, Santa Claus does not forget, and all sorts of little sprinkling of stories. Thank you. I kind of fumbled towards the end. I was like, was I at the end? It's pretty nice. Keep it up. Yay! I'm glad. I find it kind of cute. It's like, oh, you guys are chatting. And then when I started, it's like, chat is listening. Thank you. Let's do the night after Christmas, maybe towards the end. I want to read Dr. Seuss. How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. This is so cute. It's a picture book. It's so cute. Let's go. How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. "And they're hanging their stockings," he snarled with a sneer. "Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here." Then he growled, with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming, "I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming." For tomorrow he knew, but whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, Grinchy frown. at the warm lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every who down in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging a mistletoe wreath. All the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for the toys. And then, oh, the noise, 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 noise. That's one thing he hated. The noise, 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 noise. Then the Who's, young and old, would sit down to a feast. And they feast, and they feast, and they feast, 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 feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they'll do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing. And they'd sing, and they'd sing, and they sing, 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 sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why? For 53 years I've put up in a row. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an idea, an awful an idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No. The Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max. Then he took some red thread and he tied a big horn on the top of his head. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. He chuckled and clucked. What a great Grinchy trick! With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. Then the Grinch said, get up! And the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Who's would lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came up to the first little house on the square, this is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue. Where the little Who stockings all hung in a row, these stockings, he grinned, are the first things to go. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant. Around the whole room he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates and drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn and plums. And he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. He then slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. And the Grinch grabbed the tree, and he started to shove, when he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. Croo! He turned around fast, and he saw a small who. Little Cindy Lou Who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. He stared at the Grinch and said, "Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?" But you know, that old Grinch is so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick. "Why, my sweet little tot," the fake Santa Claus lied, "there's a light on this tree that won't light on the side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here." And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head. He got her a drink and sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with a cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. He then went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. It was 1/4 dawn. All the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze, when he packed up his sled, packed it up with the presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, and the tinsel, the trimmings, and the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Boo-poo to the Who's, he was Grinchiously humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. And then the Who's down in the Whoville will all cry boo-hoo. "That's a noise," grinned the Grinch, "that I simply must hear." So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. For every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it just came the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came with ribbons. It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours, till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. And he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. And that was How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. RSY Night, bye-bye, hello, thanks for popping by, ucroo. Yeah, the Grinch is something. Frost, hello, I'm not Granny Ka, screw you. Thank you, I fumbled a fair bit and I didn't realize that everything was read left and right. I was reading it from right to left. Or like top to bottom, so I'm like, ah, yokata. That was so cute, and oh, he turned it around. I guess he returned the toys. He returned the food, but he kept the roast beast all by himself. To be fair, that's something that I would do as well. Okay, how much did you practice? I'm pretty good at it. Thank you. I didn't practice. It's my first time reading. This is my first time reading Dr. Seuss. I think. It's my first time reading this, so everything is kind of like improv. Okay, guys. We are now right in the thick of it. We are in the thick of it. We can read. There's this little story about Christmas Day by Anna Morrison. There's also A Kidnapped Santa Claus, the shonen story that we were talking about. Yeah, this one's a little bit longer. I think it's the same duration as Dr. Seuss. Everybody knows. Yeah, my goal is to read everybody to sleep. I'm trying my best. I don't know why, but there's a slight burp creeping up. I don't know whether it's a middle of the night thing. Maybe it's a Granny Dika thing. But I was like trying to move away every time, like, oh. Yeah, I unfortunately didn't get much practice. It was more of sourcing things. Guess the Grinch had a change of heart. Right! That's so sweet and that's so cute. I remember watching a YouTube short of some movie scenes where they improv and they kept the scene in the actual movie. They kept the real take in the movie because it was so good. And one of them was actually about the Grinch. Mr. Grinch. Go quiet now, have a headache. Please take a rest. Rest well. I think you had a long I believe you had a long day at work. So no worries. Just have a good rest. It's fine, the burp can be part of the ASMR. I don't know. There's this one VTuber that I met through the Grand Theft Auto VTRP. Mew. She had one funny story. I think it went viral. Her tweet went viral. It was so funny, but the fear is real. Like, she did ASMR one time and then she farted on stream and then she never went back into ASMR streams. I do not want the same situation to happen to me. The fear is real. Good night. Take care. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it traumatized her. It did traumatize her. Yeah. Funny. Fruity, hello, ucroo. Ravin Kaito, I'm not too sure if I did say hi, so hello, ucroo. I don't know if she pulled an explosive one. I do not know the details. But all I know is that she did ASMR once, she farted, and she never did ASMR again. The fear is real, guys. I don't know how some ASMR artists are like purely are like absolutely clean and pure and they don't fart, or if they fart it's silent and smell of cotton candy, I think. Right, the fans won't judge though. What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean, it's a comedic and maybe extra flavor to the ASMR, but it's embarrassing. I don't know. Saw you at EOICon. Hello, hello and welcome. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my performance at EOY. Thank you, I appreciate it. Oh my god, Alan, you're laughing too much at it. I don't know. I guess it is what it is. Okay, the next story is A Kidnapped Santa Claus by L. Frank Baum. So it's one where he got kidnapped and then there's some shonen action and then they managed to save Christmas. I guess it is quite weeb coded, weeb peeled, shonen peeled. So let's do this one. Okay. A Kidnapped Santa Claus by L. Frank Baum. Santa Claus lives in the Laughing Valley, where stands the big, rambling castle in which his toys are manufactured. His workmen, selected from the Rows, Nooks, Pixies and Fairies, live with him, and everyone is as busy as can be from one year's end to another. It is called the Laughing Valley because everything there is happy and gay. The brook chuckles to itself as it leaps rollicking between its green banks. The wind whistles merrily in the trees. The sunbeams dance lightly over the soft grass. And the violets and wildflowers look smilingly up from the green nests. To laugh, one needs to be happy. To be happy, one needs to be content. And throughout the Laughing Valley of Santa Claus, contentment reigns supreme. On one side is the mighty forest of Burzee. At the other side stands a huge mountain that contains the caves of the demons. And between them the valley lies smiling and peaceful. One would think that our good old Santa Claus, who devotes his days to make children happy, would have no enemies on all the earth. And, as a matter of fact, for a long period of time he encountered nothing but love wherever he might go. But the demons, who live in the mountain caves, grew to hate Santa Claus very much. And all for the simple reason that he made children happy. The caves of the demons are 5 in number. A broad pathway leads up to the first cave, which is a finely arched cavern at the foot of the mountain, the entrance being beautifully carved and decorated. In it resides the demon of selfishness. Back of this is another cavern inhabited by the demon of envy. The cave of the demon of hatred is next in order, and through this one passes to the home of the demon of malice, situated in a dark, fearful cave in the very heart of the mountain. I do not know what lies beyond this. Some say there are terrible pitfalls leading to the death and destruction. And this may very well be true. However, from each one of the 4 caves mentioned, there is a small, narrow tunnel leading to the 5th cave, a cozy little room occupied by the demon of repentance. And as the rocky floors of the passages are well worn by the track of passing feet, I judge that many wanderers in the caves of the demons have escaped through the tunnels to the abode of the demon of repentance. who is said to be a pleasant sort of fellow who gladly opens, for one, a little door admitting you into fresh air and sunshine again. Well, these demons of the caves, thinking that they had great cause to dislike old Santa Claus, held a meeting one day to discuss the matter. "I'm getting really lonesome," said the demon of selfishness, "for Santa Claus distributes so many pretty Christmas gifts to all the children that they become happy and generous through his example and keep away from my cave." "I'm having the same trouble," rejoined the demon of envy. "The little ones seem quite content with Santa Claus, and there are few indeed that I can coax to become envious." "And that makes it bad for me," declared the demon of hatred, "for if no children pass through the caves of selfishness and envy, none can get to my cavern." "Or to mine," added the demon of malice. "For my part," said the demon of repentance, "it is easily seen that if children do not visit your caves, they have no need to visit mine, so that I'm quite as neglected as you are." "And all because of this person they call Santa Claus," exclaimed the demon of envy. "He's simply ruining our business, and something must be done at once." To this, they readily agreed, but what to do was another and more difficult matter to settle. They knew that Santa Claus worked all through the year at his castle in the Laughing Valley, preparing the gifts that he was to distribute on Christmas Eve. And at first they resolved to try to tempt him into their caves, that they might lead him onto the terrible pitfalls that ended in destruction. So the very next day, while Santa Claus was busily at work, surrounded by his little band of assistants, the demon of selfishness, "Oh no, I'm dying," came to him and said, "These toys are wonderfully bright and pretty. Why do you not keep them for yourself? It's a pity to give them to those noisy boys and fretful girls who break and destroy them so quickly." "Nonsense!" cried the old greybeard, his eyes bright and twinkling merrily as he turned toward the tempting demon. "The boys and girls are never so noisy and fretful after receiving my presents, and if I can make them happy for one day in the year, I am quite content." So the demon went back to the others who awaited him in their caves and said, "I have failed, for Santa Claus is not at all selfish." The following day, the demon of envy visited Santa Claus. Said he, "The toy shops are full of playthings quite as pretty as those you are making. What a shame it is that they should interfere with your business. They make toys by machinery much quicker than you can make them by hand, and they sell them for money, or you get nothing at all for your work." But Santa Claus refused to be envious of the toy shops. "I can supply the little ones but once a year on Christmas Eve," he answered, "for the children are many and I am but one. And as my work is one of love and kindness, I would be ashamed to receive money for my little gifts. But throughout all the year, the children must be amused in some way, and so the toy shops are able to bring much happiness to my little friends. I like the toy shops, and I'm glad to see them prosper." In spite of the second rebuff, the demon of hatred thought he would try to influence Santa Claus. So the next day, he entered the busy workshop and said, "Good morning, Santa. I have bad news for you." "Then run away, like a good fellow," answered Santa Claus. "Bad news is something that should be kept secret and never told." "You cannot escape this, however," declared the demon, "for in the world there are many good For in the world are a good many who do not believe in Santa Claus, and these you are bound to hate bitterly, since they have so wronged you." "Stuff and rubbish!" cried Santa. "And there are others who resent your making children happy, and who sneer at you and call you a foolish old rattlepate. You are quite right to hate such base slanderers, and you ought to be revenged upon them for their evil words." "But I don't hate them," exclaimed Santa Claus positively. "Such people do me no real harm, but merely render themselves and their children unhappy. Poor things! I'd rather much help them any day than injure them." Indeed, the demons could not tempt old Santa Claus in any way. On the contrary, he was shrewd enough to see that their object in visiting him was to make mischief and trouble, and his cheery laughter disconnected the evil ones and showed to them the folly of such an undertaking. So they abandoned honey words and determined to use force. It was well known that no harm can come to Santa Claus while he is in Laughing Valley, for the fairies and Rows and Nooks all protect him. But on Christmas Eve, he drives his reindeer out into the big world, carrying a sleigh load of toys and pretty gifts to the children. And this was the time and occasion when his enemies had the best chance to injure him. So the demons laid their plans and waited on the arrival of Christmas Eve. The moon shone big and white in the sky, and the snow lay crisp and sparkling on the ground as Santa Claus cracked his whip and sped out of the valley into the great world beyond. The roomy sleigh was packed full with huge sacks of toys, and as the reindeer dashed onward, our jolly old Santa laughed and whistled and sang for very joy. For in all his merry life, this was the one day in the year when he was happiest, the day he lovingly bestowed the treasures of his workshop upon the little children. It would be a busy night for him, he well knew. As he whistled and shouted and cracked his whip again, he reviewed in mind all the towns and cities and farmhouses where he was expected, and figured that he had just enough presents to go around and make every child happy. The reindeer knew exactly what was expected of them, and dashed along so swiftly that their feet scarcely seemed to touch the snow-covered ground. Suddenly, a strange thing happened. A rope shot through the moonlight, and the big noose that was in the end of it settled over the arms and the body of Santa Claus and drew tight. Before he could resist or even cry out, he was jerked from the seat of the sleigh and tumbled head foremost into a snowbank, while the reindeer rushed onward with the load of toys carried it out quickly out of sight and sound. Such a surprising experience confused old Santa for a moment, and when he had collected his senses, he found that the wicked demons had pulled him from the snowdrift and bound him tightly with many coils of stout rope. And then they carried the kidnapped Santa Claus away to their mountain, where they thrust the prisoner into a secret cave and chained him to the rocky wall so that he could not escape. "Ha ha!" laughed the demons, rubbing their hands together with cruel glee. "What will the children do now? How they will cry and scold and storm when they find there are no toys in the stockings and no gifts on the Christmas trees. And what a lot of punishment they will receive from their parents, and how they will flock to our caves of selfishness and envy and hatred and malice. We have done a mighty clever thing. We demons of the caves! Now, it so chanced that on this Christmas Eve, the good Santa Claus had taken with him in his sleigh Nutter and the Row. Nutter? Nutter? Neuter? Nutter the Row, Peter the Nook, Kilter the Pixie, and a small fairy named Whisk, his 4 favorite assistants. These little people he had often found very useful in helping him to distribute gifts to the children. And when their master was so suddenly dragged from the sleigh, they were all snugly tucked underneath the seat, where the sharp wind could not reach them. The tiny immortals knew nothing of the capture of Santa Claus until some time after he had disappeared. But finally, they missed his cheery voice, and as their master always snagged or whistled on his journeys, the silence warned them that something was wrong. Little Whisk stuck out his head from underneath the seat and found Santa Claus gone and no one to direct the flight of the reindeer. "Wah!" he called out, and the deer obediently slackened speed and came to a halt. Peter and Nutter and Kilter all jumped upon the seat and looked back over the track made by the sleigh, but Santa Claus had been left miles and miles behind. "What shall we do?" asked Whisk anxiously, all the mirth and mischief banished from his wee face by this great calamity. "We must go back at once and find our master," said Nutter the Row. Nutter the Row, who thought and spoke with much deliberation. "No, no!" exclaimed Peter the Nook, who, cross and crabbed though he was, might always be depended upon in an emergency. "If we delay or go back, there will not be time to get the toys to the children before morning, and that would grieve Santa Claus more than anything else." "It is certain that some wicked creatures have captured him," added Kilter thoughtfully, "and his object must be to make the children unhappy. So our first duty is to get the toys distributed as carefully as if Santa Claus were himself present. Afterward, we can search for our master and easily secure his freedom." This seemed like a good and sensible advice that the others at once resolved to adopt it. So Peter the Nook called to the reindeer, and the faithful animals again sprang forward and dashed over hill and valley, through forest and plain, until they came to the houses wherein children lay sleeping and dreaming of the pretty gifts they would find on Christmas morning. The little immortals had set themselves a difficult task, for although they had assisted Santa Claus on many of his journeys, their master had always directed and guided them and told them exactly what he wished them to do. But now they had to distribute the toys according to their own judgment, and they did not understand children as well as did old Santa. So it is no wonder they made some laughable errors. Mommy Brown, who wanted a doll, got a drum instead. And the drum is of no use to a girl who loves dolls. And Charlie Smith, who delights to romp and play out of doors, and who wanted some new rubber boots to keep his feet dry, received a sewing box filled with colored worsteds and threads and needles, which made him so provoked that he thoughtlessly called our dear Santa Claus a fraud. Oh no. Had there been many such mistakes, the demons would have accomplished their evil purpose and made the children unhappy. But the little friends of the absent Santa Claus labored faithfully and intelligently to carry out their master's ideas, and they made fewer errors than might be expected under such unusual circumstances. And although they worked as swiftly as possible, they had begun to break before the toys and other presents were all distributed. So for the first time in many years, the reindeer trotted into the Laughing Valley on their return in broad daylight, with the brilliant sun peeping over the edge of the forest to prove they were far behind their accustomed hours. Having put the reindeer in the stable, the little folk began to wonder how they might rescue their master, and they realized they must discover, first of all, what had happened to him and where he was. So Whisk the fairy transported himself to the bower of the Fairy Queen, which was located deep in the heart of the forest of Burzy. And once there, it did not take him long to find out all about the naughty demons and how they had kidnapped the good Santa Claus to prevent his making children happy. The Fairy Queen also promised her assistance, and then fortified this powerful support. Whisk flew back to where Nutter and Peter and Kilter waited for him, and the four counseled together and laid plans to rescue the master from his enemies. It is possible that Santa Claus was not as merry as usual during the night that succeeded his capture, for although he had faith in the judgment of his little friends, he could not avoid a certain amount of worry, and an anxious look would creep at times into his kind old eyes as he thought of the disappointment that might await his dear little children. And the demons who guarded him by turns, one after another, did not neglect to taunt him with contemptuous words in his helpless condition. When Christmas Day dawned and the demon of malice was guarding the prisoner, and his tongue was sharper than that of any of the others. "The children are waking up, Santa," he cried. "They are waking up to find the stockings empty. Ho ho! How they will quarrel and wail and stamp their feet in anger. Our caves will be full today, oh Santa. Our caves are sure to be full." But to this, as to other like taunts, Santa Claus answered nothing. He was much grieved by his capture, it is true, but his courage did not forsake him. And, finding that the prisoner would not reply to his jeers, the demon of malice presently went away and sent the demon of repentance to take his place. This last personage was not so disagreeable as the others. He had gentle and refined features, and his soft voice was pleasant in tone. "My brother demons do not trust me overmuch," said he, as he entered the cavern, "but it is morning now, and the mischief is done. You cannot visit the children again for another year." "That is true," answered Santa Claus, almost cheerfully. "Christmas Eve is past, and for the first time in centuries, I have not visited my children." "The little ones will be greatly disappointed," murmured the demon of repentance, almost regretfully. "But that cannot be helped now. Their grief is likely to make the children selfish and envious and hateful. And if they come to the caves of the demons today, I shall get a chance to lead some of them to my cave of repentance." "Do you never repent yourself?" Santa Claus asked, curiously. "Oh yes, indeed," answered the demon. "I am even now repenting that I assisted in your capture. Of course, it is not too late to remedy the evil that has been done, but repentance, can only come after an evil thought or deed, for in the beginning there's nothing to repent of." "So I understand," said Santa Claus. "Those who avoid evil need never visit your cave." "As a rule, that is true," replied the demon. "Yet you, who have done no evil, are about to visit my cave at once. For to prove that I sincerely regret my share in your capture, I'm going I'm going to permit you to escape. Ah. This speech greatly surprised the prisoner, until he reflected that it was just what might be expected of the demon of repentance. The fellow at once busied himself untying the knots that bound Santa Claus and unlocking the chains that fastened him to the wall. Then he led the way through a long tunnel until they both emerged in the cave of repentance. I hope you will forgive me, said the demon pleadingly. I am not really a bad person, and I believe I accomplished a great deal of good in the world. With this, he opened a back door that let in a flood of sunshine, and Santa Claus sniffed the fresh air gratefully. I bear no malice, he said to the demon in a gentle voice. Oh, it's Santa Claus that spoke. I bear no malice, said he to the demon in a gentle voice, and I'm sure the world would be a dreary place without you. So good morning and a Merry Christmas to you. With these words, he stepped out to greet the bright morning, and a moment later he was trudging along, whistling softly to himself on his way to his home in the Laughing Valley. Marching over the snow toward the mountain was a vast army, made up of the most curious creatures imaginable. There were numberless nooks from the forest, as rough and crooked in appearance as the gnarled branches of the trees they were ministered to. And there were dainty rows from the fields, each one bearing the emblem of the flower or plant it guarded. That's so cute! Behind these were many ranks of pixies, gnomes, and nymphs. Wow! And in the rear, 1,000 beautiful fairies floated along in a gorgeous array. This wonderful army was led by Whisk, Peter, Neuter, and Kilter, who had assembled it to rescue Santa Claus from captivity and to punish the demons who had dared to take him away from his beloved children. And although they looked so bright and peaceful, the little immortals were armed with powers that would be very terrible to those who had incurred their anger. Woe to the demons of the caves if this mighty army of vengeance ever met them. But lo! Coming to meet his loyal friends appeared the imposing form of Santa Claus, his white beard floating in the breeze, and his bright eyes sparkling with pleasure at this proof of love and veneration he had inspired in the hearts of the most powerful creatures in existence. Aww. And while they clustered around him and danced with glee at his safe return, he gave them earnest thanks for their support. But Whisk and Nutter and Peter and Kilter he embraced affectionately. Aww. It is useless to pursue the demons, said Santa Claus to the army. They have their place in the world and can never be destroyed. But that is a great pity, nevertheless. That is a great pity, nevertheless, he continued amusingly. Oh my god, I'm fumbling everywhere. So the fairies and nooks and pixies and rows all escorted the good man to his castle, and there left him to talk over the events of the night with his little assistants. Whisk had already rendered himself invisible and flown through the big world to see how the children were getting along on this bright Christmas morning. And by the time he returned, Peter had finished telling Santa Claus of how they had distributed the toys. We really did very well, cried the fairy in a pleased voice, for I found little unhappiness among the children this morning. Still, you must not get captured again, my dear master, for we might not be so fortunate another time in carrying out your ideas. He then related the mistakes that had been made, and which he had not discovered until his tour of inspection. And Santa Claus at once sent him with rubber boots for Charlie Smith, a doll for Mummy Brown, so that even those two disappointed ones become happy. As for the wicked demons of the caves, they were filled with anger and chagrin when they found that their clever capture of Santa Claus had come to naught. Indeed, no one on that Christmas day appeared to be at all selfish or envious or hateful. And, realizing that while the children's saint had so many powerful friends, it was a folly to oppose him. Then the demons never again attempted to interfere with his journeys on Christmas Eve. So that was A Kidnapped Santa Claus by L. Frank Baum. I fumbled towards the end. But that was such a nice twist. Damn. I like the demon of repentance, the graceful, soft-spoken one. Oh, how long did that one took? Damn. I would say it's about half an hour? Maybe. Oh no. I get tongue-tied. It's all the overthinking. But that was such a nice story. This one is not an illustrated book. This one is it's just text. I think the children's books are fun though. Like how the Grinch stole Christmas. Maybe the real demons were the friends we made along the way. If you put it that way, I would think the demons are the kids, and Santa Claus is an enabler. Okay, let's do a fun one. We had Christmas ham, Deli Bird. So now we're gonna have a Deli Bird Christmas story. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT right now if Zajawa is in, or Zajawa is gonna watch the stream, watch the VOD. Hello and thank you. So I'm gonna tell ChatGPT to tell a Deli Bird Christmas story in Shakespeare style of Pokemon getting eaten as Christmas dish. Let's go. Tell me Deli Bird Christmas story in Shakespeare style in a Pokemon story where Pokemon gets eaten as a Christmas dish. The title. Oh my goodness. Deli Bird's Christmas Feast, a Shakespearean tale, written by ChatGPT. Act 1. A winter's eve, the land of Pokemon. The scene, a cold, snowy landscape where a gathering of Pokemon huddle around the fire, warming themselves under the pale winter moon. Hark, gather ye, for I shall tell a tale of Yuletide cheer and woe, where festive hearts did once rebel, and Pokemon, 'twas said, did go. 'Twas the eve of Christmas, snowy and bright, in lands where warmth did scarce take flight. Yet lo, a creature jolly and stout, a bird of snow, doth wander out. Enter Delibird, merrily bearing gifts. Delibird says, "What ho! The season's come at last, with Christmas cheer and joy so vast. A gift I bring, so full of glee, for all to share, so let it be." But hark, dear friends, for not all is well in this tale that I shall tell. For while Delibird brought gifts galore, there were darker tidings in store. Scene changes. A grand festive hall adorned with holly and mistletoe. A banquet table is laden with fine dishes, and at the head of the table sits a regal figure. Lord Hoot Hoot. Lord Hoot Hoot! Okay, so we are not eating the Delibird, right? No, the Delibird is Santa Claus, apparently. Eva, hello! Lord Hoot Hoot. Lord Hoot Hoot. "Oh, pray, bring me my feast so grand, a Christmas spread for all the land. Bring forth the dishes, hearty and rich, that we may dine without a hitch." Enter a host of Pokemon servants carrying platters. The servant says, "Lo, the feast is set, my lord, a banquet fit for king or lord, with roasted berries, winter stew, and many a dish to please the crew." Lord Hoot Hoot says, "I forgot the voice. Damn, that was fast. But what of the bird that lies so free, with jolly laugh and gift for me? Bring forth that Delibird, I say, to join our feast on this bright day." But I, the servants in earnest cheer, did turn their eyes and fill with fear. For Delibird, whose gifts did shine, now faced the fate most dire, malign. Delibird, startled, "What say ye, noble friend so kind? Do ye wish my presence behind? I come with gifts and joyful heart, but now methinks I play my part." Lord Hoot Hoot, "O merry bird, thou art so dear, thy gifts, thy cheer, all bring us near. But dost thou know the Christmas feast, the roasted birds, the winter beast?" With dreadful thought, Delibird did see that the feast was set. It was not for glee. For Pokemon in hunger's grip did not turn from kindness, lost in their trip. "Oh no, what cruel jest dost thou play? Do ye mean to make me Christmas thy Christmas tray?" I need to read this proper, hold on. "Oh no, what Christmas... What fuck? Oh no, what cruel jest does... Oh fuck. Oh no, what cruel jest dost thou play? Do ye mean to make me thy Christmas tray? Nay, I am but a humble bird, a friend, a giver. This is absurd." I'm losing this. I'm losing it. Lord Hoot Hoot says, "Is Christmas, dear, a time of joy, but feasts must rule. 'Tis not a ploy. Now come, join us, for you shall find that fate in this season can be unkind." And so it was that Delibird, caught, did face a fate she never thought. For in the kitchen's pots did boil, and herbs and spices did uncoil. The scene. The servants prepared Delibird in a grand roast with spices and garnishes. The servants prepared Delibird in a grand roast? Delibird in a sad voice, in a melancholic voice. "Alas, this feast shall be my last, a tale of joy now overcast. But let my end not be in vain, for those who feast may learn again." Thus, Delibird in merry cheer did fall to fate, it was crystal clear. But those who dined did ponder deep, for hearts once warm now turned to weep. Curtain falls. What the fuck did I just read? What the fuck did I just read? Epilogue. Thus we see in this strange tale that Christmas joy can oft grow pale. For whilst we feast and gather near, let kindness rule and love be clear. Let not our Christmas cheer turn cold, as Pokemon's tale doth here unfold. For the warmth of hearts shall ever last, and Delibird's spirit free from the past. Finis. The reason why they speak in Victorian era is because it was part of the prompt to ChatGPT. The prompt was to ask ChatGPT to tell me a Delibird Christmas story in Shakespeare style. In a story where the Pokemon gets eaten as a Christmas dish. Moral, don't feed Hood. I don't feel the Christmas spirit anymore. I ruined it. Way to go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. This is so sad. Humanity is involved. Basically, humanity is not involved because it's Pokemon eating Pokemon. Do you guys want me to save this somewhere so you guys can digest this later? Let me save it into a new. Let me save it somewhere so you guys can read it later. Hold on. View, insert, page break. Rest in peace, old Delibird. May Delibird's final wish be heard. Yes, it's cannibalism. Shit, I'm sorry, I ruined Christmas. Way to go. Way to go, Audica. Wow. Wow. That was wild. That was wild. Hey guys, do you know that in terms of male human female Pokemon breeding Vaporeon? Digest. I did not. Shit. Good thing my favorite Pokemon is made out of steel. Why is that a good thing? What do you do with your Pokemon? What do you do to your Pokemon? Why are you glad it's made of steel? Why are you glad it's a steel Pokemon? Chat? What's going on? Alan? What do you have to say? Renat, what? Steel can work? What? The sussy one is me! You're meant to eat! Oh, you thought... Oh no! No! I'm the bad one! Fuck! Grinch Tika. Boy will be safe. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Alan. The problem is me. I blame the person who... I blame Sarge for mentioning Vaporeon. Fuck. Nothing. Nothing happened. Okay, next story. Let's go. Let's do... irony. Let's do... the Christmas Angel. This one's a little long though, because it has 15 chapters. Oh, it's 76 pages. "76 pages. No, 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 no. It has. Why does it stay after the start? Should I have read the Pokemon prose in like a more gentle voice? You know what? I'm just gonna share my scrapbook of whatever I have, so you guys can just look at it. I don't really. I know I have the link. Can read the prose. Wait, hold on. Let me make a copy of it. What just happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. Oh shit. Shit. Chat GPT. Christmas reading. I'll share this one. I'm sharing cursed tags. Pokemon Christmas prose. Batman, I caught a Lopunny. Intonation isn't the problem. Okay, let's do Christmas Day. Christmas Day by Anna Morrison. The text is getting small. Are you guys looking at the document right now? Oh my god, it's just okay. I think we'll just look at it as like, don't look at it now. You guys can read it like tomorrow or something, or read it over Christmas, or share it with everybody else. Christmas in the mood of gifting and sharing. Sharing is caring. Yeah boy. Yeah boy. Okay, let's read. The Christmas meme? No, the Pokemon meme? Oh my god, I'm infiltrated with Christmas. I mean, this is the whole point. Which one? The Vaporeon? The Steel? Aaron? Aaron? I don't even know how you pronounce that. Okay, this is a short story. Really short story. Let me see if it's linked. Okay. Joker caught a low bunny? No, I don't know. You need to educate me. You need to let me share more memes. I realize because you need to understand that I am a hag. It's already more or less official that I'm a hag. So do let me know. I'll search it up. Okay. Joker caught a low bunny. Joker caught a low bunny. Joker caught a low bunny. Oh my goodness. Okay, that looks bad. I'll watch it later. It's better than not low. Okay. Okay, let's just continue our reading for today. Christmas Day by Anna Morrison. Boys, said Mrs. Howard one morning, looking up from a letter she was reading. I've had a letter from your grandmama. She writes that she's returning to England shortly. The boys went on with the breakfast without showing any great amount of interest in this piece of news, for they had never seen their grandmother, and therefore could not very well be expected to show any affection for her. Now, Mrs. Howard, the mother of the two boys and aunt to the third little fellow, was a widow and very poor, and often found it was a hard task to provide her for her three boys, as she called them, for, Having adopted her little orphan nephew, she always treated him as her own son. She had sometimes thought it was strange that old Mrs. Howard should not have offered to provide for Leslie herself, but she had never done so, and at last Mrs. Howard had ceased to expect it. But now, right at the end of a letter, Grandmama Howard wrote, "I have been thinking that perhaps it would come to a little hard on you to support not only your own two boys, but poor Elsa's son, and so, on my return to England, I propose, if you are willing, to adopt one of them, for I am a lonely old woman and shall be glad of a young face about me again." After thinking the matter over, Mrs. Howard decided that she would say nothing about their grandmother's intention to the boys, as she thought that it would just be possible she might change her mind again. Time passed on, and winter set in. And full of the delights of skating, the boys forgot all about the expected arrival of their grandmother. During the Christmas holidays, the boys one morning started off to the Broom Meadow for a good day's skating on the pond there. They carried their dinner with them and were told to be sure to be home before dark. As they ran along the frosty road, they came upon a poor old woman so suddenly that Leslie ran right up against her before he could stop himself. The old woman grumbled about lazy, selfish boys, only thinking of their own pleasure and not caring what happened to a poor old woman. But Leslie stopped at once and apologized, in his polite little way, for his carelessness. "I am sorry," he said. "I hope I did not hurt you. And you have such heavy parcels to carry too. Won't you let me help you?" "Oh, come on, Leslie," said his cousins. "We shall never get to the pond at this rate." "Yes, go on," said the old woman sharply. "Your skating is of a great deal more importance than an old woman, eh?" But Leslie's only answer was to take the parcels and trudge merrily alongside his companion. On the way to a cottage, the old woman asked him all sorts of questions about himself and his cousins, and then, having reached her cottage, dismissed him with a scarcely Oh my god, my brain. On the way to a cottage, the old woman asked him all sorts of questions about himself and his cousins, and then, having reached her cottage, dismissed him with scarcely a thank you for the trouble he had taken. But Leslie did not take it much to heart. He raced along, trying his hardest to overtake his cousins before they reached the pond, and was soon skimming about with the rest of them. Squire Leahome, how would you pronounce this? I'm just curious what you guys will read this as. Squire Leahome? Is a silent H? Squire Leahome, in whose grounds the boys were skating, afterwards came down to the pond to watch the fun, and, being a kind-hearted old gentleman, offered to give a prize of a new pair of skates to the boy who should win the greatest number of races. As it was getting late, it was arranged that the racing should come off on the following day, and the squire invited all the boys who took part in it to come up to his house to a substantial tea after the fun was over. How delighted Leslie was, for he was a first-rate skater, and he did so want a new pair of skates. But the squire's skates were not to be worn by him, for on the following day, as he and his cousins were on their way to the pond, they came across the queer old woman whom they had met on the previous day. She was sitting on the ground and seemed to be in great pain. The boy stopped to ask what ailed her, and she told them that she had slipped and twisted her foot, and was afraid that the ankle was sprained, for she could not bear to put it to the ground. Aww. "You mustn't sit here in the cold," said Leslie. "Come, try and get up, and I will help you home." "Oh, Leslie," cried both his cousins, "don't go. You'll be late for the races and lose your chance of the prize." Poor Leslie! He first turned red, then white, and then said in a husky tone of voice, "Never mind, you go on without me." "You're a good laddie," said the old woman. "Will you be very sorry to miss the fun?" Leslie muttered something about not minding much. And then the brave little fellow set himself to help the poor old woman home, as gently and tenderly as he could. She would not let him come in with her, but told him to run off as quickly as he could, and perhaps, after all, he would not be too late for the skating. But Leslie could not bear to leave her alone and in pain, so he decided to run home and fetch his aunt. Aww. When Mrs. Howard arrived at the cottage, you can think how surprised she was to find that Leslie's poor old woman was none other than Grandmama Howard herself, who, wishing to find out the real characters of her grandsons, had chosen to come in this disguise to the little village where they lived. You will easily guess which of the three boys Grandmama chose to be her little companion. And oh, what a lovely grandmama she was, as not only Leslie, but his cousins too, found out. She always seemed to know exactly what a boy wanted, and still better, give it to him. Walter and Stanley often felt terribly ashamed of the selfish manner in which they had behaved, and wished they were more like Leslie. But Grandmama told them that it was never too late to mend, and they took her advice. And I'm quite sure that at the present moment, if they were to meet a poor old woman in distress by the roadside, they would not pass her by, as they once did Grandmama Howard. And that was Christmas Day by Anna Morrison. Where does Lee Home? Okay, Squire Lee Home is just some rich ass guy that hosted the skating competition. Okay, got it. I was like, where did he come in again? Okay, fancy skating competition. Win new skates and have tea with him. How sus. But oh, Leslie's a good boy. Leslie's a good boy. What a good boy. There are quite a few short stories here that's quite quaint. I do not know how it goes, but there's some premises to it, like the doll's Christmas party. Dai Hong, hello! First time joining the stream, hello and welcome. Ucroo! Ucroo, hello, welcome. I normally don't do this. This is just a chill reading session. So there is the dolls' Christmas party. I imagine the dolls having time pulling strings, dancing by the windows. And with a toy piano. Okay. This is by Viola Roseborough. The Doll's Christmas Party. It was the week before Christmas, and the dolls in the toy shop played together all night. The biggest one was from Paris. One night, she said, "We ought to have a party before Santa Claus carries us away to the little girls. I can dance, and I will show you how. I can dance myself if you will pull the string, said the Jim Crow doll. What shall we have for supper? Piped the little boy doll in the jersey suit. He was always thinking about eating. Oh dear, cried the French lady. I don't know what we shall do for supper. I can get supper, added a big rag doll. The other dolls had never liked her very well, but they thanked her now. She had taken lessons at a cooking school and knew how to make cake and candy. She gave French names to everything she made, and this made it taste better. Oh, the Mother Hubbard was there, and she said the rag doll did not know how to cook anything. They danced in one of the great shop windows. They opened the toy piano, and a singing doll played, coming through the rye. The dolls did not find that a good tune to dance by, but the lady did not know any other, although she was the most costly doll in the shop. Then they wound up a music box and danced by that. This did very well for some tunes, but they had to walk around when it played Hail Columbia and wait for something else. The Jim Crow doll had to dance by himself, for he could not do nothing but break down. He would not dance at all unless someone pulled his string. A toy monkey did this, but he would not stop when the dancer was tired. Aww. They had supper on one of the counters. The rag doll placed some boxes for tables. The supper was full of candy, for there was nothing in the shop to eat but sugar hearts and eggs. The dolls liked candy better than anything else, and the supper was splendid. Patsy McQuirk said he could not eat candy. He wanted to know what kind of a supper it was without any potatoes. He got very angry, put his hands into his pockets, and smoked his pipe. It was very uncivil for him to do so in company. The smoke made the little ladies sick, and they all tried to climb into a horn of plenty to get out of the way. Mother Hubbard and the two black waiters tried to sing, I love little pussy, and the tall one in the brigand hat opened his mouth wide, that the small dollies were afraid they might fall into it. The clown raised both arms in wonder, and Jack-in-the-Box sprang up as high as me could took. What? The clown raised both his arms in wonder, and Jack-in-the-Box sprang up as high as me could to look down into the fellow's throat. All the baby dolls in caps and long dresses had been put to bed. They woke up when the others were at supper and began to cry. The big dolls brought them some candy, and that kept them quiet for some time. The next morning, a little girl found the toy piano open. She was sure the dolls had been playing on it. The grown-up people thought it had been left open the night before, but they do not understand dolls as well as little people do. I think there are different dolls here that would be interesting to see, because they have a Jim Crow doll. They had a French lady. They have a boy doll in a jersey suit. That's interesting. That's very interesting. They also have... yeah, the Jim Crow doll is probably... okay, it's the one that you need to pull a key and string, so they will dance and dance and dance until the string gets retracted all the way back. Hail Columbia? They don't dance to Hail Columbia? Okay, Patsy McQuirk. What's a Patsy McQuirk doll? That's interesting. That yields nothing. That yields nothing. A Jim Crow doll. Jim Crow doll. I think you heard that right. NBC Universal, hello. Oh, Jim Crow doll is so cute. Why do they call it gollywogs? Jim Crow era. Black dolls. Oh, this is interesting. I think it's really because this story is dated way back, if I'm not wrong. Let me see if I can find the source. Oh, can't seem to find it. The doll's Christmas party. This is interesting because now that we have a little description of the different dolls in the toy store, that'd be very interesting. Hold on. Yeah, all these stories are really old. Can you imagine? What literature has been passed down for centuries? Mind blown. Jim Crow doll history? Oh shit, is this a bit sensitive? Created by cartoonists, which appeared in unusually depicted as a type of rag doll. Oh shit! It's actually kind of sensitive at that point in time. The doll's Christmas is a story about they throw a party. When is this? By wait, I need to. Sorry guys, it's out of curiosity. By Viola Roseborough. I'm so sorry, I didn't know. Man. Otherwise, why don't I ask ChatGPT? When was written? Oh wow, it was written in 1904. It's a short story that became part of the tradition of the early 20th century Christmas literature, often appreciated for its depiction of holiday festivities. Ah, 1904. That's like, damn. 120 years ago. Damn. Wow. Wow. I found one. It's a really short prose by Mrs. G. Hall. The Christmas Carol of the Birds. Let's read that. The Christmas Carol of the Birds by Mrs. G. Hall. Do you know, when we are having such good times at Christmas, what sweet music they have in Norway, that cold country across the sea? One day, in the year, the simple peasants who live there make the birds very happy, so that they sing, of their own free will, a glad, joyous carol on Christmas morning. And this is why they sing on that morning more so than any other. After the birds have found shelter from the north wind on Christmas Eve, and the night is still bright with stars, Or even if the storm be ever so severe, the good people bring out sheaves of corn and wheat from the storehouses. Tying them on slender poles, they raise them from every spire, barn, gatepost, and gable. Then, when the Christmas sun rises over the hills, every spire and gable bursts forth into joyous song. You can well believe that these songs of the birds make the people of Norway very happy. They echo with all their hearts their living, grateful anthem, glory to God and the highest, on earth peace, goodwill to men. And that was the Christmas Carol of the Birds. I thought it was a legit carol, but this is so sweet. It's so cute. Blue Destiny, hello, welcome. Thank you for popping by. No worries. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, ucroo. Saffron, hello, welcome, ucroo. Enjoy the holidays. Yeah. Just like how the voice. Oh man, thank you. Let's see what other stories we have. There's a bunch of short stories. Oh, this is a short poem. Little Christmas Carolers by L.A. France. We are a band of carolers. We march through frost and snow, but care not for the weather, as on our way we go. At every hall or cottage that stands upon our way, we stop to give the people best wishes for the day. We pray a Merry Christmas, made bright by Christmas cheer, with peace and hope and gladness, and all they may hold dear. And for all those that happen to pass us on our way, we have a smile and wish them a Merry Christmas Day. Riri, hello, ucroo! Happy Christmas Eve! Hello! By the way, guys, say hi to Riri. She's a cutie. We had a very nice dinner. And do support her because she's having her birthday plans, her birthday stream super soon. Yeah! In 2 days time. I think she has the waiting rooms up. Do you? Yeah. So do keep a lookout. She's having a birthday super soon. Do wish her happy early birthday, Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Jace, hello. Welcome, all sweaty. I should be getting up to the shower, but I have to keep listening. You can listen in the shower, I think. Yeah. Yeah, she's having a birthday super soon. And we're having our pause and applause concert. I have claws, but it's okay. Talk about yeah. I'm on it. I'm in it. Yes. There's a cute animal singing concert with a lot of amazing talents. I am super lucky and super fortunate that Riri invited me and we get to sing together. Yeah. So pause and applause is happening on the 28th midnight for some of us, and it's probably 27th noon. Let me find the link. あら、ちょっとね。パラパラパーン。パラピンパラポン。Where is the link? I'm looking at Ichiga. Yeah. We're all in this concert. Pause and applause. Pause concert. Yeah. Can you tell I'm not used to this? I'm surprised you're up. Riri. I'm surprised you're up. Hello. Ah, is this another short story? Why am I seeing a tiger? Some of these books are really amazing because, you know, like the stories are really, really old. Like I didn't know the Doll's Christmas Party was from 1904. And then some of these have really fine print images. Really old school. I don't know, it's really nostalgic. What Happened on Christmas Eve by Oliver Herfold. You're always awake at this time? No, same. I see. I'm so happy you can pop by. Hello. Tuck comfy. You can tuck in comfy. Yeah. Thank you so much for popping by. There's this short story called What Happened. What Happened Christmas Eve? Huh? That's the story. That's the line. Okay. Oh, yes, fairies. Yes, Christmas. Yes, humans. Yes, Santa Claus. Okay, let's do this one. Let me sippy. What Happened Christmas Eve by Oliver Herfold. It was Christmas Eve, and the Frost Fairies were busy getting ready for Christmas Day. First of all, they spread the loveliest white snow carpet over the rough, bare ground. Then they hung the bushes and trees with icicles that flashed like diamonds in the moonlight. Later on, they planned to draw beautiful frost pictures on window panes to surprise the little children in the morning. The stars shone brightly, and the moon sent floods of light in every nook and corner. How could anyone think of sleeping when there was such a glory outside? Jessie and Fred had gone to bed very early, so they might be the first to shout "Merry Christmas!" But their eyes would not stay shut. "Oh dear, it must be most morning," said Fred. "Let us creep softly down the stairs, and maybe we'll catch Santa Claus before he rides off." Hand in hand, they tiptoed to the dining room and peeped out the big window. Surely, there was something climbing up the roof of Cousin Nellie's house. It must be old Santa. Fred gave a chuckle of delight. To be sure, the reindeer was very queer-looking objects, and the sleigh was such a funny shape, but the children were satisfied. The old fir tree, whose high branches almost touched the roof, knew all about those shadows, but it was so old no one could ever understand a word of the many tales it told. "There's something scratching on the door," whispered Jessie, but it was only a mouse who had sniffed the delightful odors of the Christmas goodies and was trying his best to find a way into the pantry and test them with his sharp teeth. "Come," said Jessie. "We'll turn to icicles if we stay here much longer." So upstairs they quickly scampered. Papa had been to town on an errand, so it was quite late when he came home. As he was hunting in his pockets for his key, he heard a pitiful cry, and looking down he saw a big white cat carrying a tiny kitten in her mouth. "Poor thing," said Papa. "You shall come inside till morning." Santa Claus had been there with the nicest wagon for Fred and a warm sealskin cap that lay right in the middle of it. When Papa left the room, Puss and her kitty were curled up comfortably on the rug, singing their sleepy song. The sun was shining brightly in the dining room window when Jessie and Fred made their appearance. Then Fred just laughed with delight, for right in the crown of his new cap lay the cutest white kitten. with big blue eyes and a wee pink nose, while standing close by as if to guard her darling from danger was good old Mother Puss. "I never had a live Christmas present before," said Fred. "Now I know Santa Claus read the letter I threw up the chimney because I told him to bring me a kitten, and here he is." Papa smiled and looked at Mama, and then everybody said Merry Christmas at once. And that was What Happened Christmas Eve by Oliver Herford. I do realize the old way of saying cat or kitten is puss. I learn now. I mean, that used to be what it was referred to until the internet invaded. What Happened Christmas was... How long ago is this story? Oh my god, so cool! What Happened Christmas by Oliver Herford. When was this written? Everything was pure back then, indeed. There was no widely known work? Huh? ChatGPT does not know. There maybe have been some confusion with the title or author, as there's no widely known work called What Happened Christmas Eve by Oliver Herford. What? Oh no. Oh well. Queer Deer? Oh, really? Queer Deer? What's there? Reindeer were very queer looking objects. Queer? What does queer mean? Strange. Hamuna. Queer means strange, yeah. Thank you. Let's do the night after Christmas. Since we did the night before Christmas and we did Christmas Day, we can do the night after Christmas. It's a poem! It's a poem just like the night before Christmas. Let's go. I love poems. The night after Christmas. Who wrote and The Night After Christmas was also by Oliver Herford. Oh, this poem was first published in 1910. So let's read The Night After Christmas. Everything, I think all these short stories are all by him, now that I think of it. The Night After Christmas by Oliver Herford. 'Twas the night after Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, excepting a mouse. The stockings were flung in haste over the chair, for hopes of Saint Nicholas were no longer there. The children were restlessly tossing in bed, for the pie and the candy were heavy as lead. While Mama in her kerchief and I in my gown had just made up our minds that we would not lie down, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my chair to see what was the matter. Away to the window I went with a dash, flung open the shutter and threw up the sash. the moon on the breast of fallen new snow gave the luster of noonday. The moon of the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of noonday to objects below. When what to my long anxious eyes should appear but a horse and a sleigh, both old-fashioned and queer, with a little old driver so solemn and slow, I knew at a glance it must be Dr. Bro. I drew in my head and was turning around when upstairs came the doctor with scarcely a sound. He wore a thick overcoat made long ago, and the beard on his chin was as white with the snow. He spoke a few words and went straight to work. He felt all the pulses, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose, with a nod of his head, to the chimney he goes. A spoonful of oil, ma'am, if you have it handy. No nuts and no raisins, no pies and no candy. These tender young stomachs cannot well digest all the sweets that they get. Toys and books are the best. But I know my advice will not find any friends, for the custom of Christmas the other way tends. The fathers and mothers and Santa Claus too are exceedingly blind. Well, a good night to you. And I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, these feastings and candies make doctors' bills right. Yeah, Dr. Bro. I assume it's rhyming with slow because it's line by line with a little old driver so solemn and slow. I knew at a glance it must be Dr. Bro. Dr. Bro. This is how you spell it. Yeah. Unless the no friends part. I mean, it goes to show that, parents and Father Christmas will let their children eat till they're sick because it's the season to be jolly and to get diabetes. Well read, thank you, Alan, thank you. And that was the night after Christmas. The aftermath, if you will. Ugh. Man, I still can't believe we read the Delibird Christmas ChatGPT shit show. If there's other poems, if there's other short poems in this, I would want to read them. Bertie? Ah, it's a whole... I think they're all linked. Fairy Christmas. The Fairy Christmas. Let me just glance through and see if it's like a separate story. My brain is not digesting. Okay guys, you know what? I would like to read... I think we read a fair bit. It's been 2 hours. Damn. Man, if I were to really read the Christmas Carol, I think it'll be an hour. With me struggling in my brain trying to process everything. Yeah. It must have gotten to my father, he's diabetic. Oh shoosh. Oh damn. Since Christmas, since long before time. Pokemon's my childhood. What's it? What? Nani? Oh, Rose. Yes, Rose. Okay. I would like to. While we're on this, while since we are doing a reading stream, I would like to share one of my favorite poems. It's one of my favorite because I think it helps to anchor me as a person. Yeah, and I love the way it was being told, how it was being read in the recording. So this is this was published in 1927. This is Desiderata. Desiderata by Max Ehrmann. Go placidly amid the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Even to the dull and the ignorant, they too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexatious to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain or bitter. For always there will be greater or lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly to the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, and no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore be at peace with God, whatever you conceive Him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. I love this, but I fumbled at the worst part. I think that's my favorite line, and I fumbled it up the most. But I think this is a really beautiful text. Yeah, this is my favorite, so I'm really happy to share this with you guys. My favorite lines are probably this one. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and stars. You have a right to be here. So this is Desiderata by Max Ehrmann. This one. Here. This is my favorite. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, there's like different versions of it, like original text first published in book. Don't you think it's amazing that text words like these like transcends across all ages and it's still relevant now? Hate that you didn't understand a couple of words. We can run through a little bit, I guess. I'm not the best in language, but need more English. Words of wisdom? Yeah, they truly are. I really love this one. It like calms my... I need to calms my tatas, that's the wrong word. But it does calm me down. Maybe one day I want to record this one proper and post it up online. Maybe. Once I nail it down, I guess. I love this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one too. You wanna mind that? Oh, British, hello. Sorry, I read your chat, but I didn't read the name. I'm sorry. Hello, British Nexus. Ucroo, it's good to see you again, by the way. Hello. Oh, Desiderata. I love this one. Okay, guys, it is starting to get a little yippee for me. Just got here a bit ago. Glad to see you again. Yeah, I'm glad to see you too. Happy holidays, by the way. Happy holidays. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Okay, the next one would be, I think, the best one. One of the best ones because we are now going to really try to put you to sleep. Oh, this is a whole picture book. Let's freaking go. This was suggested by Colin. Yeah, final one now. Oh man, I need to start putting down the timestamps of when I read each story. But okay, at least I read the title. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just internalizing what I need to do after stream when I have the energy. Final one now. Yes, sir. This is Go the Fuck to Sleep by Adam Mansbach. Mansbach? Adam, let me get this right. Adam Mans. How to pronounce? Mansbach. Mansbach. Adam Mansbach. Okay. Still in the shower. It looks like I'm gonna be sleeping. Please don't fall asleep in the shower. It is actually quite dangerous. Please be safe. Please finish showering. Jace? Nani? This is Mansbach. Okay. This is Go the Fuck to Sleep by Adam Mansbach. The cats nestle close to their kittens. The lambs have lain down with the sheep. You're cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Please go the fuck to sleep. The windows are dark in the town, child. The whales huddle down in the deep. I'll read you one very last book if you swear you'll go the fuck to sleep. The eagles who soar through the sky are at rest, and the creatures who crawl, run and creep. I know you're not thirsty. That's bullshit. Stop lying. Lie the fuck down, my darling, and sleep. The wind whispers soft through the grass, hun. The mice, the field mice, they make not a peep. It's been 38 minutes already. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Go to sleep. All the kids from daycare are in dreamland. The froggy has made his last leap. Hell no, you can't go to the bathroom. You know where you can go? The fuck to sleep. The owls fly forth from the treetops. Through the air they soar and they sweep. A hot crimson rage fills my heart, love. For real, shut the fuck up and sleep. The cubs and the lions are snoring, wrapped in a big, snuggly heap. How come you can do all this other great shit? Wow, what the fuck? Hold on. The cubs and the lions are snoring, wrapped in a big, snuggly heap. How come you can do all this great other shit, but you can't lie the fuck down and sleep? The seeds slumber beneath the earth now, and the crops that the farmers will reap. No more questions. This interview's over. I've got 2 words for you, kid. Fucking sleep. The tiger reclines in the simmering jungle. The sparrow has silenced her cheep. Fuck your stuff, bear. I'm not getting you shit. Close your eyes, cut the crap, sleep. The flowers doze low in the meadows, and high on the mountains so steep. My life is a failure, I'm a shitty ass parent. Stop fucking with me, please, and sleep. The giant pangolins of Madagascar are snoozing as I lie here and openly weep. Sure, fine, whatever, I'll bring you some milk. Who the fuck cares? You're not gonna sleep. This room is all I can remember. The furniture crappy and cheap. You win, you escape, you run down the hall as I nod the fuck off and sleep. Blurry and dazed I awaken. Blurry and dazed I awaken. To find your eyes shut, so I keep my fingers crossed tight as I tiptoe away and pray that you're fucking asleep. We're finally watching our movie. Popcorn's in the microwave. Beep. Oh shit, god damn it, you gotta be kidding. Come on, go the fuck back to sleep. The end. I love the last one. Holy shit, I should do it more. Wait, hold on. We're finally watching our movie. Popcorn's in the microwave. Beep! Oh shit, god damn it. You've got to be kidding. Come on, go the fuck back to sleep. It's the microwave. Who asked you to get popcorn? Serves you right. Aww. You should think about doing the recording for this one as well. I don't know about this one. This was definitely written by a parent. He failed to stop the timer, yeah. Yeah, he definitely did. But it's beautiful. And it's really categorized as a children's book. Oh, this is, I think, this has really nice images, pictures as well. Hand-drawn, not hand-drawn, but you know, there's art for it as well. It's quite cute. It rhymes so well. Basically any word that rhymes with sleep. Yeah. I remember listening to Samuel L. Jackson narrate this one. It was just as funny that time. Oh man, I should listen to his version. Damn. A fucking children's book. That's absolutely right. And we've come to the end of our reading session. I love how Pedro it is too. I love it. I bought this book for my dad when my little sister was still like 2. Kane's Lupus, hello and welcome. Hello, hello. Oh my god, there's 30 of you. Hello, I didn't know there's so many of you guys. Hello, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Nom, 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 nom. That's what I have for Christmas reading. And other miscellaneous stuff like poems and asking you to go the fuck to sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. So yeah, Riri's birthday, Rinona's birthday is coming up. I'm singing in a concert, Pause and Applause. Link is pinned. You guys can check it out. It's coming out on the 27th US time. Noon, I think. Or slightly around noon. 28th midnight. For the SCA gang. Pause and applause. There's a lot of super talented cute girls all singing. We are all singing together, so do look forward to this Pause and Applause concert. Super fun. It's very, very fun. This was super fun and cozy. I'm glad. Thank you guys so much. And I kind of spoiled it for you guys a little. Those who know would know, because you guys hit the notification bell, so you guys saw it firsthand, and then I went to private it. I have a little something for you guys. Since I won't be around for Christmas on the actual day for my time zone. I decided to put up my entire concert. Oh my god, I said concert. Did I say concert? Wow. I mean my entire performance at Anime Festival Asia. It's a whole 25-minute set of me singing songs. Yeah, I performed at a cosplay convention. Anime convention. Which was located in Singapore. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun singing that one. And I think it was recorded such a way that you guys can hear the crowd cheering on as well. So I'm really, really happy with that one. That includes, I didn't crop it, so it's a whole chunk of a video. It includes all the embarrassing speeches and introduction and yes, all the emceeing and yeah. Whole thing. Full course. Full course. I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to sit through listening to myself going through. I don't want to. How do I say this? It's like I don't want to let myself sit through the embarrassing parts and then crop it out while I screech in embarrassment. So I decided to just put up the whole thing and close my eyes. Hey, you guys like it? There you go. Merry Christmas. Yeah, you saw it and then it was gone. There's nothing wrong with your head. If there's anything wrong, it's me. It's me. I mean, it wasn't that cringe. You guys will see it. I'll put it up once this stream is once this stream ends. If you close your eyes, it can't hurt you. If you close your ears, you can't hear them too. Yes, it's true. It's true. And then on Friday, we'll be back with more It's a gorilla stream. I more or less I think I will be playing it, but I think in between we'll have the Totsu call for Rinona's birthday Totsu, so I'll be there as well. So maybe I might pause my monkeying business halfway to be on call. Yes, more monkey action. I aim to complete the chapter 5. And then maybe we do finale chapter. Oh, the goal is I don't think I can finish everything by this year. That's a lofty dream. But we shall not let dreams be dreams. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Merry Christmas. I hope you guys like the Christmas. There's a small dono. Oh no. Thank you guys. Thank you. Colin, thank you. I've been having a rough day, but this stream has truly put my mind at ease. Thank you for doing this stream. I can rest easy now. You're the best. Thank you. Thank you so much. I super appreciate it. Otsu. New Year's coming in already, huh? Oh yes, I have something else in mind. There is monetization. We are actually ready for monetization, more or less. I just need to do a little bit more brain work, but I'll try to set it in motion pretty soon so we can celebrate, have fun. Yup. And then we have memberships. And then maybe I can put the more embarrassing content up there for people who really want to look at it. I don't know. Yeah, member crew soon. Yeah. I kind of need to think of the different tiers, but if any suggestions are welcome, to be honest. At this point. Yeah. But in any case, let's all have a good rest. I hope you guys enjoy the holidays. Enjoy the cringe. It's a good 27 minutes. Soon. Merry Christmas! Happy holidays! Wait, is anybody else? Okay, I think there are people streaming right now. Hold on. Oh no, I don't dare to. Oh, Ari's streaming. She's streaming. She's streaming Alien Isolation. It'll be a crew raid. I mean, this will be quite intense. Let me warn you guys first that she's playing a horror game. So if you guys are nice and chill, do go and rest. This is a horror. Yeah. Ariel is playing Alien Isolation, but we'll raid her. Yeah. Hold on, let me set things up. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Once again, I'm Audica 7 for OshiLink Gen, and I'm a pigeon VTuber striving to have fun. But I'm telling you guys to either go to sleep right now or wake the fuck up with Alien Isolation. Thank you guys so much. Happy holidays. Take care, y'all. See you next time. Yes. Finish your shower? Oh my goodness. Ucroo!